Let me paint you the complete picture of what's unfolding. Today's severe weather represents the last gasp of our current weather pattern. We've got a slight risk covering Florida, Georgia, and Alabama, where embedded tornadoes could spin up within squall lines through this evening. The timing is particularly concerning for racing fans. This storm line approaches Daytona Beach right after the race concludes around 7 p.m. Yesterday was absolutely chaotic with multiple tornadoes, including several that occurred overnight in Mississippi while people slept. Today's threat should be somewhat lower, but we're still looking at damaging winds, possible hail, and those embedded tornadoes I mentioned. The atmospheric drama really begins tomorrow with something meteorologists rarely see: a coast-to-coast severe weather flip. While the East Coast clears out, California faces a rare 2% tornado risk. Think about that for a moment. Los Angeles, a city famous for earthquakes and wildfires, now has to worry about tornadoes. This West Coast storm isn't just bringing tornadoes, though. We're talking about an absolute monster that could dump over 5 feet of snow in the Sierra Nevada and Cascades. That's burial-level snowfall that ski resorts dream about. Flooding rainfall will plague coastal areas from San Diego to Seattle, creating a wet nightmare for millions. Here's where the meteorological magic happens. Monday evening, this West Coast storm pushes massive amounts of moisture over the Rocky Mountains, essentially seeding the atmosphere for what comes next. By Tuesday, high winds sweep across the central and northern plains, not particularly dangerous on their own, but they're setting the stage. Tuesday night into Wednesday marks the birth of our first major winter storm. It starts in Saskatchewan. Yes, Canada gets hit first, but quickly spreads into North Dakota, northern Minnesota, and Michigan's Upper Peninsula. This isn't your typical light snow event. We're talking about heavy, accumulating snow that could cripple transportation across the northern tier. But wait, there's more. This storm system literally splits in two as it moves east. The weaker southern piece continues bringing snow to the northern plains, while a brand new low-pressure center develops in the northeast. This is where things get particularly interesting for millions of people from Boston to Washington, D.C. Wednesday evening could bring significant snowfall and freezing rain to areas that have seen relatively quiet weather this winter. Vermont, upstate New York, and New Hampshire are looking at 48 inches of snow, while other areas could see several inches as well. And if you think that's the end of it, think again. Another piece of energy comes barreling over the Rockies late Wednesday into Thursday, triggering our second winter storm of the week. This one has the potential to affect tens of millions more people across the Midwest and Northeast. The European model, which has been remarkably accurate this winter, shows scattered thunderstorms stretching from Illinois all the way to the Mid-Atlantic and Carolinas. On the storm's western edge, heavier snowfall could impact Minnesota and the Dakotas. Chicago, which has seen almost no snow this winter, might finally get its turn. What makes this pattern particularly fascinating is the temperature contrast driving all this activity. While the northern tier deals with feet of snow and ice, the southern and central United States will experience a record-breaking heat wave. We're talking about temperatures 25-35 degrees above average starting tomorrow, with some areas reaching 40 degrees above normal by Tuesday and Wednesday. Imagine this. Minnesota could see temperatures approaching 40 degrees above normal while simultaneously preparing for a major snowstorm. It's like the atmosphere can't decide whether it wants to be winter or spring, so it's trying to be both at the same time. This temperature whiplash extends from Wichita Falls, Texas, all the way to Minnesota. Areas that should be experiencing peak winter conditions will feel more like early spring, creating the perfect setup for the explosive storm development we're forecasting. But here's the kicker. This warmth won't last forever. Once these winter storms push through, temperatures will crash dramatically. Some models are hinting at an Arctic blast arriving by early next week, potentially bringing the coldest air of the season to areas that just experienced near-record warmth. For winter lovers in places like western Nebraska, which has seen less than half an inch of snow all season, these storms represent a chance for redemption. However, the snowfall amounts don't look particularly significant for the driest areas, suggesting this unusual winter pattern isn't quite ready to completely flip. The human impact of this pattern change can't be overstated. Millions of people will go from dealing with severe thunderstorms and record heat to potentially life-disrupting snow and ice within a matter of days. It's the kind of weather whiplash that tests infrastructure, challenges forecasters, and leaves the public scrambling to adapt. Looking at the bigger picture, this represents one of the most dramatic pattern shifts meteorologists have documented in recent memory. The speed and intensity of this change, from coast-to-coast severe weather to multiple winter storms to record heat to Arctic cold, all within a single week, showcases just how dynamic our atmosphere has become. For weather enthusiasts, this week represents a masterclass in atmospheric dynamics. For everyone else, it's a reminder that in our age of climate extremes, the only predictable thing about weather is its unpredictability. The bottom line is this: winter just woke up from its nap and decided to make up for lost time. Whether you're dodging tornadoes in Florida, preparing for snow in Vermont, enjoying record heat in Kansas, or wondering what comes next, this week will be one for the meteorological history books. Welcome to the new reality of extreme weather, where winter can flip from dormant to dominant faster than most people can update their weather apps. Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride.